What would you rather see at Mania? Cody versus Roman or Rock versus Roman?
Yeah, Rock versus Roman. Let's move on.
But the story. You gotta finish it.
It's not even close. It's not even close. Like, did you see? So, I was disappointed that I could not watch SmackDown live.
Yep.
And I Friday night responsibilities at ESPN Milwaukee, so I had to see the clips. But when I went back and watched it, I came home and I watched it right away. And like once I saw Pat McAfee come out, like you kind of had, if you were in the arena, my guess is you had an anticipation. Because if you were paying attention to the media landscape at all on Friday, you saw that The Rock was in the same place that Pat McAfee was an hour away from Denver on Friday, because The Rock was making his rounds, right? He was on First Take. He was on with McAfee. And there's no way Dwayne, one of the smartest marketing human beings on this planet, was going to allow Pat McAfee to show up on SmackDown and him not be there. That being said, holy shit, did those people lose their minds? Understandably so. Like, you think you think, and they had some energy for Cena when Cena came out later.
Sure.
But like, The Rock and Stone Cold are like the last two true superstars of professional wrestling.
Over 100 million views on their social media. So doing quite well in the few days since then.
Yeah, so do I want to see a retread of last year's Mania that we were all kind of, I mean, it was good, but it didn't live up maybe to the hype? Or do we want to see something different with Rock Roman? I'm all in on The Rock, just because I want to see more pops like that.
Yeah, Cody has a long time to finish the story. The story doesn't have to be a quick book. It doesn't have to be a thin book. The story could be way down the line.
War and Peace.
Yeah, I mean, so everybody wants to see Rock versus Roman, guys. That's what you want to see.
Yep.
Like, everybody wants to see that. Because Rock is a star and Roman is a star, people want to see that. That's no shade at Cody. Absolutely not. I had several friends that were there in Denver. I got friends like all over the country just to go to events just in case. But no, I had a friend of mine.
Strategically placed in wrestling markets across the country.
That's right. I just have friends just in certain arenas around the country. I just happened to have a friend of mine that was JB that was in Denver. And I texted him. He was in the arena. I said, what's the atmosphere like? He goes, it is bananas. He goes, I can't hear myself think. As soon as The Rock came out, he goes, I haven't seen anything like that. And God bless you, Denver, that you're able to be spoiled. You get Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, and the whole hype over Colorado. And you get SmackDown in Denver. And again, it's SmackDown in Denver. It's a medium-sized market. You're not supposed to be able to get like big stuff that you get in LA, New York, Chicago, Miami, Dallas. No, you get it in Denver. And they got spoiled, man. They got The Rock. It's unbelievable. He said, I couldn't hear myself think. He said the ovation was just amazing. And also LA Knight was a close second, he said, that it was on SmackDown as well. So I was just happy. And The Rock, he should be used to this, but he put on social media, like, I guess he hadn't been cheered like that in a while. He hadn't felt goosebumps like that in a while, which tells me that he's itching to get back, and hopefully that'll be the case at WrestleMania.
How is that not addicting? How is it not addicting?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, for them to not spoil that beforehand, like, to your point, Gabe, I remember seeing a tweet like, oh, The Rock's on McAfee, it's where SmackDown is today, and like, I honestly thought it was a typo. Like, I had no idea where SmackDown was that night. So I thought someone was just aggregating and just assuming wrestling was in town and not realizing The Rock wasn't part of it.
It's like 45 minutes to an hour away, right? Like, so if they didn't show up, it wouldn't have been a big deal, right? Because again, McAfee is one of the most busy people in all of media.
Right.
But once McAfee showed up, like if I was in that arena, I don't know, Hood, did you have a chance to watch it live? I don't know if you were watching it live.
Yeah, I went out afterwards, but I did watch it live 7 to 9. It was amazing.
When McAfee came out, did you have an inkling that maybe Dwayne was going to follow?
I did not. I just thought it was like McAfee was in town for College Game Day, and because Michael Cole loves him, oh, there he goes. There's Pat McAfee. I had no idea, didn't read anything about it. He just came out of nowhere. So no, I had no inkling that Rock or anyone else would show up.
But before his music hit, you knew he was coming out, right? Because that was the biggest get, because he's like, this is the people's show, and do you know what that means? Like, there was like a 3-second pause,
Yes.
where
right
I
after
would
that
have.
line.
Yes.
Yeah.
After that line, if
Yeah.
I'm in the arena, like I'm already going nuts. Like you just gave it away. Like you just gave it away. I am hearing The Rock's music.
Just put it this way. The segment was going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. When I saw it on social, because I agree with you, Gabe, like having other stuff Friday night, like I was spoiled beforehand. I had to do a double take. I was like, wait, like, is that The Rock? Like on SmackDown? Like, it's just so surreal to still see him show up in those situations. And after you see that, after you see the numbers, they're addicted also from a Vince standpoint. This is going to be Mania. Like, sorry, Cody, but it's not going to be Philadelphia unless they somehow do night 1, night 2, Roman defending. But it's The Rock's main event if he wants it at this point.
No,